How do people get rich in real estate? I literally used to ask myself this question every day after my bankruptcy. I had lost really big in real estate. I ended up bankrupt and in my parents' basement, and I just could not figure out, how did other people not lose everything, but I had lost everything? Well, it took a little time. I fell down a few more times, but I figured some really good things out, and I really figured out how to make money in real estate, and I'm gonna show you exactly how you can too. Let's go. So let's talk real estate. Real estate, we all know what real estate is. It can be houses, it can be condos, it can be townhomes, it can be, vacant lots, it can be commercial buildings, it could be strip malls. There are just so many different things in real estate that you can do to make money buying and selling real estate. But most people really don't know what type of real estate that they want to be involved in because there's so many different options. But the bottom line to making money, it all is going to come down to buying low and selling high. Like, that's the general concept to making money and really getting rich in real estate. You're looking to find real estate at a really good deal, something that is below market value, meaning you're buying it for less than it's worth. Maybe it's valued at $200,000 and you can get it for $100,000 or $150,000. That's going to be investing in real estate, because if you can get it for that price and then turn around and sell it for a higher amount, that's where your profits come in. Now, again, no matter if you're talking about houses, condos, malls, no matter what you're talking about, we're talking about buying low and selling high, one, and we're talking about cash flow. What can you do with the property to make money on a monthly basis? Can you rent it out to tenants? Can you put a business in there? Can you put a tenant in there? Can you make it an Airbnb? Who are you going to put in the property, or who's going to give you money for that property to create cash flow? Those are the two main ways that you get rich in real estate, but the last one is based on those first two. And that's kind of what we're talking about when we talk about appreciation. So the great thing with real estate is that it has appreciation. Most cases, if you buy real estate over time, it is going to increase in value. And that alone is one of the reasons why real estate has created more millionaires than any other industry. So let's talk about how you can get in on that. So when it comes to real estate, there's usually two main parties that are making money in real estate. Real estate agents, those are people that help people and facilitate the transactions between the buyers and the sellers. Basically, an agent represents either the buyer or the seller in a transaction and picks up a commission. Real estate agents consider themselves experts in real estate, but more specifically for the market that they are in. Real estate agents in Florida are not real estate experts in Utah. That's just not how that works. So real estate agents do make a good living, and they are considered your local real estate experts. The other main area, and this is the one where I'm telling you how you get rich, it's real estate investor. So instead of being an agent trying to represent people that own properties or want to buy properties and just being that middleman that helps facilitate the transaction for a commission, you could be the actual person that owns the property and receives the profits from those properties. You could be the person that is the one that owns it and you fixed and flipped it and that cash is coming to you. Or you could be the owner of that property and whoever is paying rent sends you a check each month. That's the side of real estate that you want to be on. So let's talk about that, real estate investor. So like I said, when I first started this video, I told you that I literally would ask myself, how do people get rich in real estate? But I was asking that question from my parents' basement as a bankrupt and foreclosed loser. Literally, I had lost all of my properties. I had lost all my money. I had lost my job, and I was not doing well when I got back into real estate. So one of the things that I needed to learn is like, okay, how did other people not lose all of their properties? How did other people start making money when I was losing everything? There weren't a lot of people making a whole bunch of money, but there were definitely some, and I found them. And they taught me something that has changed my life. It's called deal compounding. So when I was in my parents' basement, basically a loser with bad credit and a bunch of foreclosures and just like a loser in real estate, I found myself a coach, and he taught me how to wholesale. He taught me how to find people that had property problems, people that were in foreclosure, people that were in bankruptcy, people that were going through a divorce, people that were having some type of issue and needed to get rid of their property and probably could do it, you know, with flexible terms. Either they could sign the properties over to me or they needed to sell them quickly so they would take less money. You get those properties under contract. You go in there, you tell them you want to buy those properties, you get a contract, and then you flip those contracts to real estate investors that wanted to fix and flip them or had tenants that they wanted to put in those properties. Basically, those people that actually could do something with real estate, and they would pay you a fee. So I started doing this. I started picking up $5,000, $10,000 per deal. Then we did, again, deal compounding. So I went from wholesaling, got a couple of checks. Then I was able to do some fix and flips. I made like $40,000, $50,000 on my first flip. And that was the beginning. Once I started doing the fix and flip and picking up those big checks, I was able to fix my bad credit. Then I started getting some rental property, and the rest is history. I was later able to quit my 6-figure job. And now I'm a real estate entrepreneur full time, and I get to do basically whatever the heck I want to do. Wholesaling doesn't require you to have good credit. It doesn't require you to have money. I was able to just go in basically and sign my name and say I would buy those properties. My real estate coach, he would, if I needed to like come up with money, he could help me with that, but it was none of my own money, none of my own credit. I could pick up that money and then I could compound it to the next deal and really snowball it into a big business. And that is how I got rich in real estate. So then once I got rich in real estate, quit my 6-figure job, I got my rental properties going, then I started teaching other people what I knew. I didn't do it on a big scale, and I didn't charge very much or do very much when I first got started. I just would show people my properties. If I was doing a fix and flip, I would charge people like $500 to come view my fix and flip. I would show them all of the paperwork, all of the numbers. I would tell them everything that I did. I would give my contractors to them. And this was very valuable to people because you're not going to be able to learn real estate investing watching those TV shows. I'm sorry, those fix and flip shows have so much bad information, one. Two, there's a lot of people on, you know, I'm not going to say any names, but people on YouTube and people on different podcasts, they give you a little piece of the information. They never give you all of it. So you never really learn how to do the whole thing. And so one of the ways that I created another stream of income and how I'm telling you, you can create multiple streams of income is once you learn how to do real estate, you do it. Get your rental properties, do your fix and flip, do your wholesales, do whatever it is that you do, and then teach it. And that's going to be another stream of revenue. You can write books. If you don't want to teach it on YouTube, you can write a book and make money off that. I make money off books. I make money off my podcast. I make money off YouTube. I make money off my courses. I make money off affiliates. I make other people sell my course. Like I make a ton of money just teaching people what I do every day. It's just that simple. And this is how you get rich in real estate. All those people that you see, rich dad, poor dad, and Donald Trump, and this person and that person, they are just telling you and teaching you what they know, and that information is valuable, so people pay for it, and that will catapult you into millionaire status. So please take a moment. If you feel like you need all of the training and you want more, I've created an entire training that's about an hour long that will teach you all of this. My exact formula to investing in real estate, making big profits without losing money, okay? You can go to noellsfreetraining.com. Again, an absolutely free course just for you to teach you all of it so that you have all of the knowledge, information, and expertise that you need to be successful. This is Noelle, to your success.